Here's my take on why millennial men and women struggle in relationships, and I think you'll probably agree. We were raised by a generation where women still weren't super strong in the workforce, where they were primarily home-based, raising children, being the caregivers of the children. So men's job was to go out to work, protect, provide, and that dynamic worked. And women didn't have as many options to leave toxic relationships or even have an interest of leaving the relationship, because where would they take their kids? They couldn't provide for them in the same way. Enter the generation of millennial women who are now very empowered, have fought for equality in the workplace, who have amazing opportunities, can be business owners, can be financially successful without a man. And so our needs for men have changed and are different than the model that we were modeled from our parents, most of us. But yet millennial men, being brought up the way that they were for the most part, weren't well equipped or taught how to deal with emotions or show up for women emotionally or mentally, or to carry the mental load, because it wasn't modeled for them. So we have a bunch of really empowered, highly driven, but mentally overloaded and overworked women, whether they're caregivers at home still and they're taking on a lot of the load at home and financially and caring for the family and trying to be empowered and start businesses and do all the things. And then we have men who were not taught how to show up mentally and emotionally for a woman, because they were only taught to protect and provide. And so when a woman's needs changes, they're like, I don't know how to handle this. So you can see the bit of a pickle that we're in here. So how do we solve for it? Well, in some ways, it requires both parties to do the self-awareness work, right? For men to learn how to connect with their emotions. Oh my God, I know, I said it. So that they can understand their emotional state, so that when a woman has emotions, they understand where it's coming from and it doesn't feel like an attack. They can get curious as to how a woman needs them to show up, and vice versa. Same for women. This is not only a men-sided thing, but I'll speak from a woman's perspective. And women need to understand their partner and what their partner's needs are. As long as both parties are doing the work to understand each other, I think there's compromise to be made and a partnership to be agreed upon. It just may not look like what you were raised in. And so for me, going out into the dating world after a divorce, my whole intention is to co-create a relationship and a future with someone that works for both of us, and not have these expectations of what my family dynamic looked like versus their family dynamic. Is that we have to recreate what it looks like for this generation, for this period of time, and what is a win-win for both parties. So what do you think? Has that been your experience? Does that resonate with you, that how you were raised versus what you're experiencing in relationships is vastly different? Or do you find that the traditional models still work for you?